Hello, Rossmoor neighbors. My name is Carol Churchill, and I'm asking you to select me to serve as your director on the Rossmoor Community Service District. First, I need to tell you that I really do not like talking to a camera. I prefer to speak to you in person. That is why you will hear me knocking on your door instead of watching me plant campaign signs all over the place. I want to hear what you have to say. I was motivated to seek office because over the last 2 years, I observed action taken by some of your board members that were not part of their duties and were beyond the boundaries of the district's jurisdiction. This created an unfavorable public perception of Rossmoor. For example, one member tried to get a state law enacted to expand the district's so-called latent powers without public input. I wanted to know what those powers were going to be and what those powers were going to cost property owners. I never did get an answer to my questions. I also observed that a board member frightened everyone in Rossmoor when he suggested that there would be a large group of so-called outsiders coming to protest in Rush Park because of a permit request to use the facility to inform parents about a new curriculum in California. The permit was withdrawn as a result of the Orange County Sheriff estimating the staggering security cost to provide a massive police presence at the park, all because this board member unnecessarily ginned up the atmosphere of fear and secured publicity for a political agenda. It is these kinds of actions that are unnecessary and create conflict in my neighborhood and among my friends who just want to live in peace and enjoy the special nature of Rossmoor. My connection to Rossmoor goes back to my childhood. My brother, sister, and I rode our horses in the Rossmoor area just as construction was starting on the houses. Over the years, I met my clients in Rossmoor homes, I ate at your local restaurants, and I met my artist friends at your library. As soon as I moved in, Kathy came across the street to welcome me. My friends supported and helped each other by shopping and sharing our pantry supplies during the lockdown in 2020. As I drive through my neighborhood today, I see the parks again filled with dads coaching their kids, and I hear lots of laughter. That is the way it should be. It is this feeling of community, caring, and peace that I would like to promote as your director. I believe that working as a partner with the Rossmoor Homeowner Association is a very important component of securing my goals. As soon as I got out of law school, I started to volunteer in my community. You may be familiar with Rotary International, Seroptimus, League of Women Voters. All are nonpartisan community service organizations working across the political spectrum. I worked at a large Long Beach law firm for over 10 years. Then my business partner and I started our own law firm, working in both Los Angeles and Orange counties. I lived in Signal Hill for over 30 years. I was appointed to the Planning Commission and elected to the Signal Hill City Council. As you all know, your district is only given limited powers to manage parks, community buildings, trash, and street sweeping. Your directors are supposed to act as a team and take action only after a majority vote on a motion at a duly called public meeting. I know there are parking problems along Montecito that adversely affect not only Rossmoor but also Seal Beach residents. The parking situation has deteriorated because the owner of the shopping center is prohibiting parking on his lot after 10 p.m. I heard that some of you were confused by a draft parking permit ordinance that was circulated recently. That ordinance cannot be enacted by the district because Rossmoor streets are owned by the county, not the residents of the district. This means a coalition of Rossmoor, Seal Beach, and county stakeholders must work together to resolve the problem without pointing fingers at each other. My municipal training goes back to the late 1980s. Signal Hill was mostly an oil field when I was a member of the Planning Commission and then the City Council. For more than 7 years, the Council worked with public and private investors to create sales tax generating businesses in hilltop housing. I know how to coordinate street sweeping and trash collection without causing people to get parking tickets. I'm ready to get to work on day one. There are 3 rules that I believe I should follow. First, it is more important to listen than to talk. Second, problem solve with a win-win solution. And third, promote unity, not your own personal agenda. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to meeting you as I walk in your neighborhood. Have a good afternoon.